Diana and I had a wonderful honeymoon. When we arrived home, she informed me that we are expecting a child now. I was extremely excited when she was born. We named her Selena. Having mastered the Wither Boss, I feel that having power over more demons should be next. In order to ensure the level of ease I have had with the Wither Boss, on these new demons, much more preparation will be needed. Throughout my preparations, I continue to improve the function of the Blood Altar. I'm also getting things set up better at the Cove so I can spend more time there and move out of the small houses I initially occupied when I arrived here. I've taken the opportunity to vastly improve the steam pressure systems that was here, and I'm sure the new steam workshop will make any tinker happy. Lately, we have been hearing stories of airships being spotted around Utopia, and word has come that a great airship dock was constructed at Citadel. If merchants and nobles think they can elude pirates by taking to the air, they are sorely mistaken. Hey folks, so I wanted to show you first the new Steam Workshop here. You can see I moved it into the room that I said I was going to put it in, and we've got just a little bit of everything up in here that we need in order to work with Flaxbeard's steam power. So I constructed a flash boiler. This is the second tier of boilers, so this is the better one. It takes a 2x2 multi-block structure, and it makes steam much faster, uses up fuel faster too, of course. This is being fed by two, I just have to break this to show you, and probably take down my wrench thing here so I can get in there. Come on, let me in there. Whoops, I didn't mean to break that. So anyway, you can see back here, 2 Archimedes screws are what keep enough water in this. If you don't have 2, one will not quite cut it, and I'm gonna need to get some smooth stone to fix that wall back in. But I wanted to show you behind there real quick. In order to get those to work, I have a 2x3 pool of water back there, and then that will basically acts as a renewing water source for both of these screws. So that's how I'm keeping water in it automatically. So let me put wrench back up on the wall there. There we go. That feeds into this big steam tank, and you can see I got it about 50% full right now. I've got a rupture disc up there just in case I accidentally put too much fuel in it and aren't paying attention. And I've also got a steam whistle up there. That steam whistle will make noise before the rupture disc bursts, so if I happen to be near, I can rush over here and take the fuel out. I've got some stuff over here. What I need to do is set up another pipe valve someplace where I can just instantly relieve pressure if I needed to. Like if I hear the steam whistle coming off, I come in here, quickly hit the valve. I'll probably set up something like that too at some point, but for now, I've got a steam hammer. This allows me to do anvil actions by using steam instead of experience, so that's kind of nice. Steam filler, basically if I make any steam tools or have any steam devices that need filling, that can be used there. And a filling pad, that's for if you make the steam powered mechanical suit stuff. You can fill it by standing on that thing right there. That makes it nice and easy. And now I have 2 steam furnaces. These each have 3 heaters on them. They seem to be almost as fast as my one that had 5 on it. They're pretty fast. And yeah, with the steam boiler, I have a pretty good amount of steam that I have at my disposal. I can fill up steam when I need to. So there we go. The steam workshop. And this is it now. This magmatic centrifuge is probably going to get moved out of here, but this here carving table is used to make things that go in this mold. Now, one of the things that you can do with steam power is you can use this crucible, and I made a nether crucible, so it doesn't require a heat source underneath it. It just melts anything that you put over top of it because it's made out of nether brick, and it made a nice little enclosure for it. And then you can melt like brass or metals down, and you can make plates, you can make ingots, you can make nuggets using this, and you make the molds that go in there using this carving table and some clay and stuff, some clay bricks. So I'm not going to be too much into this. I just wanted to have it in here just in case I wanted to mess with it. It's not something I'm going to be using a whole lot. I might get into making some rifles and stuff just to see how well they do and such. But there it is. The Steam Workshop's done. The metal shop in here is just going fine. I've been using this, filling up things. I've almost completely run out of gold. I've only got a little bit of gold left. I need to get more gold so that I can finish off converting the blood altar down here to being a complete sacrifice altar. I laid these out. This is where my witch's altar is going to go. I might get into that today, but if not, that's going to be next episode because I do need to get some witch stuff done soon, some witchery stuff. So now on to what I wanted to do today primarily is going to be the blood altar stuff. I want to get the demon summoning ready to go. Now, in order to summon the demon, first I'm going to need to get one of these things right here, an alchemical chemistry set. In order for that, I need to have a regular brewing stand, which I've gotten a few of those from looting some dungeons and stuff, so I went and grabbed one of those. It's a regular brewing stand, and then 2 pieces of obsidian, I believe, and I need, that's a vanilla crafting table, so it pops everything out. And then I need a blood orb of some kind. I think a magician's is high enough. Blood orb there. No, is that not right? Oh, I got this backwards. There we go. That's going to give me an alchemical chemistry set. Excellent. And I think I'm just going to put my alchemical chemistry set right there. Good enough place for it. Now, in order for this to actually do any of the recipes, and then what I am looking to get is some of this Terra, this right here. I'm going to need this a little bit later when I go to do some summoning. So in order to make this, I'm going to need a bunch of simple catalysts. So I've gone ahead and grabbed the ingredients that I need for this, which is 2 stacks of redstone. So I'm going to make a whole stack of simple catalyst, a glowstone, some sugar, and some gunpowder. Now you see it's not doing anything yet. That's because this slot down here requires that you have a orb in there, and certain things require different levels of orb. So you can see now that it's actually starting to work. It's got some particles coming off of it, and the result is showing up on the top. By looking here, it's putting the result in the center there. So I'm going to go ahead and let that cook off all those simple catalysts while I go ahead and come down here and show you where I'm going to put the new demon summoning altar. Is going to sit right here. And I have this master ritual stone ready to go. It's going to be where I'm putting a certain ritual that's going to help me prevent the demons from getting loose. So let's see if I can find that ritual. Shepherd, suffering, no. Get all the way around back to the beginning here. A few new rituals, I'm not sure what they do yet. So I'm going to have to do some experimenting with them to find out what they do. Oops, I passed it right up. Let's get Serenade another, Green Grove, Interdiction, there we go, Ritual of Containment. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be putting a Ritual of Containment right here. I have plenty of ritual stones in my inventory to go ahead and do that. Oh, need to clear the grass because it's blocking the ritual stones, I think. Yeah, that's what it was. There we go, and you can see it put some runes up there. Bunch of runes down here. They all look like the same ones. I think those are the earth painted ones. So, but now I want to make it look nice. So in order to make it look nice, I'm going to come up and grab a whole bunch of netherrack. Well, maybe not nice. Maybe like evil or, you know, just going to make it look better. So for that, I'm going to use netherrack, And I want a bunch of netherrack stairs as well. I left a master ritual orb up here. Whoops. Give me a whole bunch of stairs. Actually, I don't know if 40 is enough or not. We'll just go ahead and grab another 40 just in case. I've got tons of this nether brick because I went over and tore down a whole bunch of stuff out of a nether fortress. So I have a whole lot of it extra, so I'd just be able to build with it and stuff. It's one of my favorite construction materials for certain things. So well, let's get back down there and I'm going to build this. I'm probably going to show this, but I'm going to speed it up so that I can have enough room in my video for everything I want to do. So here we go. And there you go, completed little demon summoning structure. Now the nether brick stuff's all just facade. It really doesn't need to be there at all, but it does cover a lot of the ritual stones that I have up in there and stuff. So it does. I think it makes it look pretty nice. It definitely looks like a place that you would expect a demon to pop out of. So now I need the next part of this, and I can check on this. See, okay, the simple catalyst is done. So the next thing I need is I want to make a full stack of this Terra. So that's going to be a obsidian. Actually, I think it's 2 obsidian. Yeah, 2 obsidian, a stack of dirt, and a stack of sand. So let me go grab that. Okay, a stack of sand and a stack of dirt, and then it'll start cooking those up now. That's good. And then finally, I'm going to need some arcane pillars and pillants. Here's the recipe for those. I'm pretty sure it's... There we go. Oh. Keep forgetting that that's a vanilla table and it'll pop things out if you're not using them. If you don't use it right away. Go. I need a total of 7 of these. And then one of these I'm going to actually upgrade into being a plinth, which is quite expensive. 6 blocks of iron gives me the arcane plinth. Now, this is the actual part that actually does the summoning. But before I've set this down, I want to go ahead and activate this ritual. So I'm going to do that. There you go. The ritual is now active. Now, fortunately, this ritual will only use blood if there's something being held inside of it. So I don't have to worry about it draining my blood pool when I'm not actually using it. Unless some kind of creature wanders around through here and gets captured in it. Then it'll kind of drain my pool out a little bit. But the plinth goes in the very center. And then the pedestals go around it in a pattern similar to this. One in the center there, and then finally one in the center here. So just like that. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to put a blood orb in the plinth, and then I'm going to put the different bits of what do they call them? Terra or whatever, basically the components to summon different demons or elementals. Now, I'm only going to be summoning elementals today, and we'll be doing the demons in a different video because I want to show you some other things today too. So this is still cooking up Terra. I probably have enough to summon one, but while it's doing that, I want to show you the improvements I made to the altar and the spawning area below. You may be able to hear a cart moving around, and that's part of my sorting system. So I'm going to show you that here in just a second. This switch I put here, this will actually allow me to turn off the ritual of the Well of Suffering ritual. So if I turn that switch there, it's this the Well of Suffering is off. If for any reason I wanted to turn it off, but for the most part, I don't have any particular reason to turn it off. Now this ritual will kill villagers, so if a villager gets close enough, it will kill them. Fortunately, my witch that hangs out in the witch's hut here is never quite close enough to the ritual. Even when she's standing on the desk over there, or when she's like right up against that wall, it's still just far enough away that it won't affect her, so that's good. So we come down here underneath the witch's hut to the secret basement. And then we open this secret door. We can come into here, and we can look into the spawning area. You can see that I got it all nice and lit up now with some lamps, and I have this switch right here which turns those lamps off and on. This was a challenge, let me just tell you. Well, I did get killed one time while trying to do that. So if we look over here, we got all the different mob drops in some drawers. These are fully upgraded to the maximum size so that they should be able to hold lots and lots of drops using the emerald upgrades. And then the overflow goes in here. Now right now you can see that a lot of stuff has been ended up in here that shouldn't, because it should have been going into the drawers, but it didn't. Now I'll explain what's up with that here in just a second, because the sorting system I'm using is got a bug, and it's I've gone ahead and let the mod author know about it, and they're looking into it, but so hopefully it will be fixed soon. But till then, I think I might have a temporary solution, which is why I want to get into the witchery next. Let me try and get all that stuff into there. And let's see, I want to get one of each of these. And this actually is kind of good because I can show you how these are set up. So if we come back here and we look, we got all kinds of hoppers. And we've got a train that's going across, or a hopper cart that's going across 5 of these hoppers. So that gives it a little bit of extra time to dump its load from where it's picking them up. And I'll show you that here in a second. And then that goes in through all those hoppers. And if it doesn't get pulled out by these advanced filtering hoppers, it's supposed to end up over here in the locker. So what is happening right now is whenever these advanced filtering hoppers become unloaded for any reason, they lose their inventory, which is kind of it's kind of sucky, because you actually have to put an item in there in order to set up the filter. So Corjante is on the server right now too, by the way. You see he's receiving some things, some achievements. So what I do is I take one of each of these items and set up these advanced filtering hoppers by putting in one item each into the pools only. So now whenever an item ends up in the hopper directly above this, it'll pull it out. Uh-oh, it sounds like he's about to generate some new world or something. So the reason I have this extra hopper here in between the advanced filtering hopper and the spruce and the drawers is because the advanced filtering hopper is not able to insert into the drawers, but standard hoppers are. So I had to put those in there in between just to make sure that the things got into the drawers. So let's get one out of each of these and get those in here. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, was it brains, I think. Zombie brains, yeah. And then the final one, because I want to turn on my ritual, or my yeah, I'm gonna turn this on here in a second, and I want all the items to actually end up in the drawers. There we go. So I close that back. Oh, actually, while I have this open, I'll show you where the cart picks up from. Just want to wait for the cart to go by so that I don't, and kind of follow it so I don't actually interrupt it. And we can see over here, we have, if you look up in that little corner there, there's a hopper hawk from Botania that picks up all the items inside the chamber. It does a really good job at it. It covers the whole chamber area, and I've got a mana pool over here to feed it mana so that it has that extended range to be able to hit the whole area up in there. And then it puts its items, the items that it picks up, into that initial hopper, and they get pushed down through this chain of hoppers. Now there's 5 hoppers here, and there's 5 hoppers over there that the hopper cart goes across, and you see that. I guess that's that little bit of laggy that he was talking about. And then you can also see while I'm down under here, we can see how I have all the lights set up. I've been using some redstone paste and some sticky redstone and a sticky redstone repeater here. So that allows me to go all the way around and get all these. So just simply passing a bit of redstone underneath one of those lamps is not good enough to light it up. I had to use the redstone paste to send the signal up into it. So if we open up, or if I change over to bat form, I can get up in there and actually show you what that all looks like up in there. There we go. I'm up in there. So yeah, right wherever I go underneath one of the lamps, I use the redstone paste to go up to it. Now I actually could have ended up using redstone paste all the way around, and it might have saved me a little bit of redstone, but I was just in a hurry, and I already had the redstone down, and I couldn't figure out why the lights weren't turning on. And this is the solution I came up with. The redstone paste sends a signal up into them. And then I have a couple repeaters, and right here I used a sticky repeater because I needed to not have a stone right underneath it. So and that's how that all worked. And now if I turn this on, well, turn it off actually, turn the spawning system on, you can see that all mobs start spawning relatively fast. Lots and lots and lots of them. Okay, I've got this going now again. It's going to be filling this with blood. So let me get my blood orb back in there, my master blood orb. I'm going to need a master blood orb in order to make the this ritual work. So I might want to go ahead and make another one just for that. So let me actually pull that out. Put a blood shard in there. That's going to make me a new master sigil here relatively quick. Again, I've not got this all converted over yet because I just don't have enough gold right now, but I have a solution for that relatively soon here, and it might involve using some blood magic. So let's get this all done. Well, basically while that one's forming, and it will eventually form. It's going to take a moment. Because it's losing a little bit every time it's gaining a bit because the altar's not completely full. I can go ahead and put this blood orb in the arcane plinth in the center. And then now all I need to do to summon a elemental is take some of this Terra out of here. It's still going? Okay, it'll get there eventually. And if I put Terra in each one of these pedestals, this will summon a earth element. And I don't really want to be underneath here when I put that last one in, if I can avoid it. These things are a little glitchy when it comes to their bounding box. You can get stuck on them a little bit. So there you go. You can see we started the process of summoning an earth elemental. Now it should, if everything goes right, it should be caught inside of the ritual whenever it comes. There it is. And yeah, you can see that it cannot get out of there. It is fairly safe for me to go ahead and kill it. Okay, good. This is done up here. I want to bind that blood orb to me and then just go ahead and start filling up my blood network some more with it. So I've got to kill this thing. Probably... Ooh, yeah. It gives you some nice... It gives you some nasty buffs. I'm inhibited right now. There we go. Back to... Oh, inhibited again. I don't know what that means. It probably means I can't fly. Yeah, that's probably what that means. The thing is quite nasty. If it gets loose, then it's really hard to kill. If it's just like running free in the world, you got to watch. Like if you kill that right now, you can see it's got like a little. It had some little white wisps coming on it. If you hit it with a bound weapon, when it's got those white, actually the white wisps, I think are actually the debuff from the sword. There's at some point you don't want to hit it with a bound weapon because it will actually backlash to you a bunch of nasty damage. And there we go. I killed it. And I got what I was looking for, which was the Demon Blood Shard. Yes, got me the Demon Blood Shard. So now I can use this to get the very top tier Blood Orb. And we look at Blood Orbs. There are 5 tiers. There's the Weak Blood Orb, Apprentice, Magicians, the Master, and then the final top tier is the Archmage's Blood Orb. Now, the Master Blood Orb that I've been using for quite some time, well, since I got the tier 4 altar anyway, will allow you to have 1 million blood in your, or life in your life pool network. So we look at, use my divination signal. See, I'm at like 921,000 right now. The Demon Blood Shard, when it's converted over to an Archmage's Blood Orb, will allow you to have 10 million instead of 1 million. So we want to get that going pretty quick here. So I'm going to let the altar fill up with blood, with life essence. And then I'm going to go ahead and toss the Blood Shard in there, the Demon Blood Shard in there. And it should convert over in a fairly short period of time. So I'll be back when that gets converted. Okay, so there we go. We can see I've got my Archmage's Blood Orb. So that is the top tier of Blood Orb. So I shouldn't have no problem crafting anything. There's a few things that this is needed for. So if we look at the uses for that, it's required for a few of the different alchemical chemistry recipes. I apologize for the loud noises of all the mobs coming from down below. There's a few things that it's required for. It's not required for all of these. It's just showing you that it could be used for all of the recipes. There are a few recipes that require specifically that tier of Blood Orb. So I was actually surprised that I got it on the very first kill. That was kind of nice. So one of the things that's happened recently is I received a message that my child's ready to grow up. So if I come over here and look, I should be able to find her. Gotta find Diana. Where's she at? She's around here somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Diana, there she is. She's got Selena the baby, but apparently maybe I need to get Selena. Here we go. We'll just get her out of there. And then let's say right click on the ground to grow the baby into a child when it's ready. And it should be ready. So where do I want my child? I'm just going to put her right here in the middle of the village for now so she can grow up and have friends. There she is. Do I talk to her? Ah, there we go. Daughter Selena. There we go. I can interact with her. Have her follow me. I can give her chores. What is chores I can do? I can tell her to fish, woodcut, mine. Could tell her to go hunting, farming. Well, we're not going to give her anything to do right now, but there she is. She's actually kind of cute. So she's going to grow up over some time, and hopefully I will be able to set her to be a specific profession when she does grow up into an adult. So hopefully that'll be nice. While we're at it, we might as well get another bun in the oven. There's my wife, my beautiful wife, and I'm going to interact with, actually I'm going to procreate. There we go. Whee, yay, she's all happy about it. And I get to name my child. It's another girl. Oh boy. What am I going to name this one? How about, I'm terrible with names, so how about Juliet? Probably spelling it wrong, but we'll just go with that. Seems good enough. So next daughter is going to be named Juliet. So yeah, there we go. And when player does the whole thing with the babies, it takes a lot longer for them to grow up than if it's just 2 villagers. So it will take longer for her to grow up and be ready to become an adult. On to the next task. So the next task I'm going to be working with is, let me check. Well, this is going to take a long time for this to fill up. How am I doing on obsidian stuff? I can put a few things. Let me put a few things away, get some inventory, get some stuff in my inventory, and get ready for the next build. Okay, one of the things that I'm going to need for the next build is I'm going to want to get a, well, first I need a crafting table or something to craft with, so I'm going to put that there. I want to make an angel block. So that is a piece of obsidian, 2 pieces of, or 2 feathers, and a piece of gold will allow me to make an angel block. These things are going to be very useful. Especially if you want to build something up in the air. And I'm in this new room. This is where I moved all of my wood supplies. You can see all of my saplings, various bits of wood, and stuff like that. Uh-oh, Selena doesn't have a home point sent. I better go deal with that real quick, and then I'll be back again in a second. Okay, now I got my angel block. I've got a whole bunch of wood. Hopefully that's going to be enough. And in here, I've got all kinds of wool that I pirated from Corjante. Well, some of it I pirated, and some of it I actually collected, but collecting that much wool takes a lot of effort, and I got a little tired, so I pirated a little bit of it. So this is the my little air vessel, my little I'm gonna assemble the ship, and we're gonna mount it. Basically, just a little something that lets me fly around a bit. And it's nice because I can move 2 chests worth of treasure around if I need to. So it's really good to take this and like park it over top of a dungeon that you might be raiding or whatever. But I'm using it right now to just basically hold my supplies that I'm about to be using in a build. So let's get it right out here. And we're going to disassemble it and get off of it. So okay, now we're here. So I'm going to be using the Schematica mod today to go ahead and build my ship. This ship is kind of a combination of a design from you know, I might want to like get into a flight mode here real quick. Give me 1 second. This ship is a design combination between something that I actually find it's fine to leave it up in the air, so I'm just going to leave it up there. Between something from the Better Dungeons mod, and then I did quite a bit of modification to it to give it a working cannon on the front and remove some blocks, change it around just a little bit, but for the most part it might look familiar to you, but it's not exactly that. I have done quite a bit of modification to the way that it looks and works. So let's get right to it. I'm going to probably speed all this up because there's going to be a lot of building, but I'm going to be using the printer function. And that was one of the reasons I wanted to have that angel block, because that's going to give me a block that I can put in the midair that will be used to basically place other blocks on. So now if I come over here and go ahead and put that there. Oh, I guess I also have to have the blocks that I need to place in my inventory on the bar. So let me just clean up my bar a little bit. I'm not going to be using most of these things during the build, but I will need to get all of this stuff. It's black wool, a bunch of brown wool. So now if I come over near here, you can see it's going to start putting things in. And beautiful part is I can get this back by just punching it, put it in a new place. Of course, I think it ended up inside here. There it is. I need the dark oak is for on the bottom here. And the targeting is weird because I'm I'm a bee right now. But now that I did that, oops, can't get to it again. Where did it go? There it is. Yeah, this is going to help me get all these blocks into position. So I can use that basically just as a stepping point. So okay, I'm going to speed all this up. It's going to take a little bit to build all this stuff out. Okay, I'm about done with the ship out there. I just need to make a flower to help me finish up. The flower that I'm going to be making is the Ranuncarpus. Ranuncarpus, who knows if I'm even close to right with that, but anyway, the recipe requires this stuff right here, a couple mana petals, some orange, some yellow, some red, and I need to make a redstone root and a rune of earth. I've already got the rune of earth from the last time I had to make those. Redstone root is just redstone combined with grass that you get by using some shears. So I've gone ahead and grabbed that, and now all I need to do is start throwing all this stuff into the petal apothecary here. The yellow, the 2 orange, they're all in there. The redstone root and the rune of earth. Everything is in there. All I need to do is add a seed of any kind. I'm just going to show you that a melon seed does work. I have plenty of them now. So let's go ahead and throw a melon seed in there. And okay, I'm wrong. Melon seed does not work. Apparently it has to be a wheat seed. I thought it was any vanilla seed. We'll try a pumpkin just in case. Let's see if that works, and we'll grab this one. Because I know I told you guys that before, but I apparently... Oh, I know what's wrong. The melon seed might have worked if I hadn't thrown all of the things in there. I mean, just get the redstone roots out of there. The extra ones. What'd I throw us in there? Nothing yet. Put that in there. Let's try the pumpkin seed, because I'm pretty sure that'll work now that I have the actual recipe in there correctly. Hey, there we go. So it did work. The melon seed would have worked too if the recipe would have been in there correctly in the first place. So there we go. I've got me a Ranuncarpus. And I wanted to show you real quick that I use this Ranuncarpus over here. What's going on here is when I made this Adventures Amulet crafting altar thing here, you can see I used some different woods on the bottom there in a checker pattern. So the corners are spruce wood and the sides are oak wood. And you notice up here I have pistons. I have pressure plates, oak and spruce on top of some oak and spruce things. And what's going on there is when I step on that pressure plate, it will swap either from oak to spruce that's beneath the Ranuncarpus. So the Ranuncarpus will place, you can see that it placed the dirt block on top of the oak because there was a loose item nearby. And what happens is any loose items on the ground nearby the Ranuncarpus, it will attempt to pick them up and place them on the block that is directly beneath the block that it's planted on. So that's why I made this nice little contraption here, which will allow me to switch between those two things. So I can throw down a stack of obsidian and it'll place the obsidian in there where I need it to go, and it helped me craft up a bunch of runes. Now I'm not really using this too much at this point, so I'm actually going to go ahead and grab this flower because I can put it back later off camera, but I need 2 flowers for the ship. Let's get up here to the ship. For the most part, I think it's mostly done. I see in here where I have a piece of obsidian and a slab of dark oak. So we're going to see how that all works here shortly. But in order to get these in position, I have this fertilized dirt. Now, regular old dirt that the flowers can be planted on will not compile with the ship. But fertilized dirt, they can also be planted on. And the fertilized dirt will become part of the ship if I compile the ship. So I'm going to put the 2 pieces of fertilized dirt in there, and these 2 flowers are going to sit right there. Now directly beneath their dirt, one of them has the obsidian, and one of them has the dark oak slab. So you can see a dark oak slab is here, obsidian is there in the cannon. And what's going to happen is when this dispenser dispenses some TNT or whatever it is I use to arm the cannon, the flowers will go ahead and place them down there for me. So basically it'll auto load the cannon for me when it's all said and done. There we go. And this little circuit right here will automatically dispense exactly 8 pieces of or 7 pieces of TNT or whatever else I put in there. So you can hear it clicked about 7 times. This button here is to fire the cannon, and it also it needs to do something else for me. So if I get down in here, that's actually supposed to be filled in, but you can see that it comes down here and it goes ahead and ignites all the TNT that would be in the cannon and sends a signal down, a delayed signal down to the actual piece of TNT that would be at the tip that's going to get fired. So at the same time, it sends a signal down here to the lower deck, to the very lowest, to the cargo hold. It's really hard to see. Sorry, guys. I should have made some torches to bring down here. There's supposed to be a few torches in here. And then there's another dispenser right there. That's at the very front of the cannon, and that's going to need a bucket of water. So let me grab that. Grab the bucket of water. If I can get up out of the water, there we go. And get this down into that dispenser. Not the easiest area to get around in, but don't exactly plan on coming down here a ton. Okay, so this bucket of water needs to reside in that dispenser. Now, the reason I had to do this with a dispenser is because water is another one of those things that will not compile with the ship. So I can't take the water source block with me for the cannon without putting it in and out of a dispenser. So with a bucket in the dispenser, when I push this button, it would ignite all the TNT and do the delayed. Oh boy, there's a bunch of nasties in the water underneath here. There we go. And if I look down here, you can see that there's water here. So when I initially fire the cannon, the water is dispensed, and that prevents it from basically destroying itself, destroying the front of the ship. And then when I reset the cannon, all I got to do is push the fire button again. It'll suck the water back in, come over here, and go ahead and dispense the 7 pieces of TNT that will reload it. So there we go. I'll show you this here in a second after... Oh, something didn't work. It's supposed to retract the water. Okay, well, I'm going to troubleshoot this, figure out what's up. Okay, it appears that I've fixed it. What I did was I just gave it a stronger signal. You can see there I got a repeater going to a block directly underneath it. So now it'll work as I originally intended it. So well, the first time I press the button, it fires. It lights all the TNT, it dispenses the water, and then fires. And then before I reload, I press this button again, and it will retract that water. You can see there retracted the water. And then I would go ahead and do the reload. So it looks, I think I've got everything sorted out now. And I lit up, put the torches in place down here, so I would actually be able to see when I come down here, if I need to come down here for anything. But down here is the cargo hold. I could basically fill this with chests if I want to. Lots of chests. And since these are mostly, well, some of them are single slabs right above it, those chests below would still be openable, or it'd still be able to open those chests. So there we go. I think that my ship is pretty much done, ready to go. All the glass is in place, the sail's in place. Now the only thing I need to do next is I need to replace all this wool with balloons instead. So this would actually be a flying ship. And I need to make my helm, which is going to sit right on this front, right there in the very front, just so I'll be able to see where I'm going and steer and stuff. So I should have a piece of iron, some wood, and some sticks. Is that right? Ship's helm. There we go. So yeah, the ship's helm's going to sit right here. As far as I can tell, we're ready to go. All I need to do is, because I don't want to be, I don't want to fire the cannon at the city. That's probably not the best thing to do. So let's see if we can. No, I don't want to assemble a ship yet because I want to put all the balloons in first. That's going to be important. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to use the exchange wand to make a few balloons and then replace a few out, and then take that wool and make more balloons out of them, etc., etc., until all of the wool that's currently making up the ship has been converted into balloons instead of wool of the same color. So I will be back in a few moments after that's done, and we'll do a test fire of the cannon. So there she is. While I was doing all the updating of the balloons, I figured I might as well change the sail up a little bit. And I gave it this skull on here. So I think that makes it look a lot more piratey. Give it a black sail with a white skull. I think that looks pretty good. So let's take a cruise around it just a little bit, check it out. Okay, the only thing I have left to do now is test out the cannon and make sure that it flies and everything. That we're good there. So let's, first of all, let's move this crafting table because I don't really need that there at this point. I don't need these holes. I already fixed the one. I don't know where the other slabs went. Do I have oak? No. So yeah, I think I put all that stuff away over here in the sky cycle. Let me grab that real quick, fix that one last hole. Oh, there's lots of nasty fish in the water. They've been waiting for me to fall in. Okay, one last piece of wood to fix in the deck here. And I think this is not exactly right. Not sure what's going on there. Is that supposed to be a stairs, maybe? Yeah. Just little touch-ups left, that's all, and then we're gonna take it for a cruise. Apparently I used up all the stairs that I had. I had to put the crafting bench someplace. Sure, seems like a good spot for it. Up towards the front near where the helm is at. So this gets placed. That looks better. Minor thing, but it bugs me if I don't fix things like that. So yeah, this is all done. Actually, I probably should put the crafting station back here someplace. Make this like a little galley. Place to prep food, store some things, and of course we have the whole the ship's hold down below for storing massive amounts of stuff. So a few bits and bobbles left over. I've got all the stuff to test out the cannon. Let's reposition the ship first. So let's get back into human form because it's kind of hard to steer when you're morphed because you usually can't see over the helm. So what do we want to name the ship? That's a good question. You know what? I'm going to not name the ship right now, and I'm going to ask you, the viewers, to make me some suggestions for names. And then, of course, the best name suggestion will go on the ship, and I will give you a shout-out next episode. So suggest your names in the comments for naming this ship. So we're just going to call it Ship for now. Mount it up, and here we go. Oh, yeah. It's big, it's bulky, and it flies. And all the bits and parts, pieces, including all the functioning pieces of the cannon, have come with me. So what we're going to aim at is that wrecked ship over here on the shore. We're going to aim at that. Hopefully it won't cause too much havoc. You got to kind of watch those nodes, and I'll explain about that in the future. That's one of my pirate tips. Okay, this is pretty close. Pretty close. We don't need to, I don't think we need to be this close. I want to get it pretty well lined up here. Maybe a little closer, a little closer. Make sure that we get a good, there we go. And then I'm going to disassemble ship. All right, we're good. Everything's set, all set. And it saved all the states of everything. So all I need to do is, let me double check to make sure that my water is, well, of course my water's not deployed. Make sure that my water does deploy. I want to hit the button. Before I load this thing the first time, I don't want to blow off the front end. That would be no fun. Okay, so the water deployed. And then if I press the button again, the water should be undeployed. Yep, there we go. Okay, so now it is ready to load right now. Get back into human form. And while I'm doing that, I've got some stuff here to make some TNT. So we're going to need 7 pieces of TNT. Hopefully, I don't think I have enough to do this twice. I don't think I brought enough to do it twice. So I'm going to go ahead and actually use the stuff that I intend to load the cannon with in an actual battle scenario. So this is the Soul TNT from Ganny's Nether. I got 7 pieces of it. All I need to do is load that into this dispenser. Press the reload button. And a moment later, you can hear that the flowers did their job. And I'm just going to take a quick look to make sure. Yeah, you can see there's TNT right there on the front and TNT all underneath and where it's supposed to be. So all I need to do is press this button and wait for the cannon to fire. There she goes. Oh yeah, look at that damage. And the Soul TNT is nice because in a ship-to-ship combat, it's going to burn down the enemy really nicely. So there it is. Working, functioning, firing cannon that goes with the ship. So before I would move the ship or reload or anything, I always want to press this button again to retract the water. And the reason for that is because water doesn't compile with the ship. That's the main reason for that. So it won't come with me if I move the ship unless I retract it first, so that's just a matter of pressing this button a second time before I do any reloading or moving of the ship. So we are good to go, guys. Yeah, so guys, give me a name for the ship, and I think I'm gonna go park this by the Citadel. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed making it. Be sure and leave a like, comment, and a thumbs up if you did. And even if you didn't care for the video or you felt that I could do something better, be sure and leave me a note about that too, because I like to get those as well. So till next time, I will catch you later. Arr. So I bet you thought I wasn't going to give you a pirate tip of the day. So thanks for staying around and watching. And for that, you can get the pirate tip of the day. It's just a real quick one here. I wanted to show you something that you can do with Archimedes ships. So let me quickly get into WASP mode here so I can fly over the water. Let's see, I need a helm and a few air balloons. You don't need a whole lot of air balloons, you just need a few air balloons. And I am looking for a node. There's one right here. And it's actually not a bad one. This would be a pretty decent node to start out with if I was going to be doing some Thaumcraft. So what you do is you just put your helm right on top of it. And you toss just a couple air balloons. You don't need many. One or two. Just going to put 3 air balloons on there. And now I can assemble this ship and go ahead and mount it, and I'm actually driving the node to where I want to have it. Yeah, there we go. And so yeah, if you look behind, there's no more node back there. It's actually right underneath here. And I'm just going to bring it over here to the shore just as a demonstration. Whoops. And I got out of the ship. You can't see it while it's actually constructed. But now I'm going to get back in the ship, liner up, and disassemble. And there we go. Node has been moved without needing to put it in a jar or anything. I just actually picked it up with a little Archimedes ship and moved it where I wanted to go. So there you go. Pirate to the day. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Catch you later.